Okie dokie. Let's get this thing going. Welcome to Getting Lit While Getting Lit, or Get Lit While Getting Lit with me, Tommy Calloway. And today we got some fun stuff to talk about. So this is, I'm drinking some Bullet Bourbon, keeping it simple. We'll talk about some lights and talk about some other stuff, some stuff that I have here that I'm using to create this stream, the lighting setup that I'm currently using, and some of the interesting equipment that I've put together in order to make this stream happen. Feel free to ask some questions. Oh, we got Photo Joseph in here in the chat. Please let me know how it looks, how it sounds. This is my first actual stream that I think I'm probably going to leave on this channel. I just tweeted about it before I kind of tell you guys the exciting thing that I've got on the stream that I haven't really reviewed yet. Photo Joseph, if you're listening. So tell me how this mic sounds. This is microphone A. And this is microphone B. Which one sounds better? Anything? Oh yeah, no, so I have a slider back there. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, A is louder. Let me turn up B. I guess I could have just adjusted it with the Atom Pro software, Atom Control panel. All right, so we have A, and now we have B. Okay, so here's something really interesting. So the air conditioner just went on, and I have the MixPre 3 Mark II with noise assist pumped in right now. So I'm going to turn the noise assist up, and you tell me if you hear a difference. Actually, that was at 5 decibels. This is now at 0 decibels. And then I just moved that up to like 11 decibels. So the noise assist just cuts out all the noise. It makes it a little bit quieter too, but it's a signal to noise processing algorithm. Somehow they do it. And I think it helps. Yeah, it helps a lot. Pretty interesting. Really interesting for live streams. So it's a $300 plugin for the MixPre, but if you're using it in a live stream situation like this, I think it's extremely worth it. All right, let's get to talking about some of this interesting gear that I have over here. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Got some Bullet Bourbon here. Ooh. I breathed and I wanted to talk. At the same time I was taking a sip of bourbon. That's never good. All right. So back here on the slider, I'm going to show you one of the more interesting pieces of equipment that I've got here in the studio. This was that little briefcase. Actually, I think camera A is going to be a little bit better to show this thing off. Here we go. So this is a wireless production monitor that I have being currently powered by a VMount battery. So I've got one Bebob VMount battery back there, and then I have the Mars 300 Pro that is plugged into it, and then it's powered by the USB out port from the monitor itself. So it's all just one battery, Atom Mini Pro, powered by that same battery. And then the Atom Mini Pro actually has the output coming from, the Mars 300 Pro has the output from the Atom Mini Pro. So over here, this is all wireless. Boom. Multi-view. So whatever I want to put on the screen over here is just, I could just control it through the Atom Mini Pro wirelessly. Now the Mars 300 Pro does have a tiny bit of delay, and I have another Mars 300, not the Pro version, over here behind me on the slider. And so that camera is actually, it's got double delay, but since I have it behind me, it doesn't really matter quite as much. I am interested to see after I do a little bit more work with this Mars 300 Pro situation to see what the delay actually ends up being, and if maybe upgrading to one of their Cosmo lines with 0 milliseconds of delay on all my devices would actually improve the streaming capability, because I also want to use this as a production monitor, just for when I'm filming regular videos, because it also has like false color in there. And we've got a focus peaking, focus assist. I've got zebra lines on and off. So this is a fully fledged, awesome monitor, and I've got everything wireless. It's a $1,200 monitor. And then if you put the batteries on it and then you put the transmitter on it, then you're probably going to be looking at about a $2,000 package to get something like this set up. But because the Mars 300 Pro also has audio, you can listen to exactly what's going into your stream. But doing that while I'm streaming with two Mars 300 Pros, two Mars 300 devices, there's about 1.5 seconds of delay. And that's super disorienting to listen to yourself talk 1.5 seconds behind. So that's why I have the headphones turned off. I also need to, this just came in like today, so I also need to figure out the volume situation, because the headphones are like super loud, and you probably heard some echo coming back from when I was trying to talk into it. Anyways, let's check out this chat over here. We've got Photo Joseph getting a little echo. Oh yeah, see, the echo was from those headphones. They're too close to the microphone. Tech for your needs. Wow, this equipment is mighty expensive. Yeah, it's trying to have a setup like this, it's not cheap. Let's get this multi-view back up here. What do you guys think of that thumbnail? Let's put that up there. Boom. Thumbnail. I like that thumbnail. I think it's pretty cool. It's like all dramatic and stuff. Hey Jake, welcome to the stream. Technically T, what's going on? Thanks for coming through, guys. And you don't have to have anything to drink to watch this stream. You can just kind of hang out with me. Appreciate you. Let's get back to this other camera over here. So we need to talk about some lights. We need to talk about how I'm lighting this stream, how this whole look is designed. You can see I'm going to turn green here in a second. Boom. So I've got that little green halo over there behind me. So behind me, I've got the all these names of these pieces of equipment. So I've got the Aperture Nova over here with a SnapGrid 40 on it, and that is at a very low power level. I'm using that to cast this nice green wash to my left. Above me, I've got the IntelliTech 120 LC, and that is a 3x1 light. I reviewed that. It's my overhead desk light. It provides an excellent key light. And I've also got in front of me my computer monitors, which, believe it or not, actually provide some light. We switch over to this front key here. If I zoom all the way into a little black space, you'll see that it just provides a little different lighting on the face. It's not a lot, but if I open up like a white web page browser, let's see, google.com. Boom. Now it's, you can see, your computer screens work great as a fill light if you're streaming and you've got a computer in front of you, but you also have to be aware that as you navigate through web pages, your lighting changes. So that's why I like to just kind of have what's going to be on the screen there and then not change it throughout a stream. Otherwise, your lighting situation is going to change. Let's see. We've got Mills. Love the slider. Thank you. Photo Joseph drinks some Angel's Envy. Cheers, man. Let me give you a cheers. Chadwin in this stream. Here we go. Chadwin Smith. Slider shot is sick. The slider, actually, I can show you guys. Let's jump over there. So over here, we got to get over to my microphone. But I've got the Rhino Arc 2 over there. It's just going back and forth on a little loop that I set up. And then, I've also got the Kane TV Bolton Andromeda Slim Tube up there that is providing the nice blue wash over there. And then we're also using a Lupo Super Panel Full Color 60 with a Dop Choice snap bag just to provide a tiny little orange kind of outline to give some more visual interest in my A-roll shot over here, which let's go back to. Boom. So you see it's just more visual interest there. And then once again, the aperture nova over there. So I really like this whole slider shot. I'm going to stick the camera back on there. Oh, before I do that though, let's look at this interesting rig that I set up to hold the Rhino Arc 2. Just turn on the Falcon Eyes up there. Falcon Eyes RX818. So here we are. The slider is on an Impact brand rolling stand. These are my favorite stands with an Impact brand saddlebag. These are all from B&H Photo. So it's just a nice solid stand. And then Impact also sells their version of the Manfrotto bendy articulating arm thing. And so that's providing extra support for the Rhino itself. So I don't have to waste a whole tripod. These big tripods usually take way more floor space. And I much prefer to have these rolling stands that have these casters with brakes on them. So that's what's pushing the Rhino. Let's put that back on here. And there we go. That's my B-roll angle. I'm going to turn that Falcon Eyes light back off. Get back to the original setup here. Oh, we got some more comments. Let's see. Slider camera is so slick. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nils, semi-distracted by work stuff. No problem, man. Don't you worry about it. Thank you, Technically T. The slider was smooth. I love that slider, man. I mean, so there are some problems with the Rhino Arc 2 slider. One, I noticed that when I was controlling it with the app, let's jump over to it. So I was controlling it with the app to do the whole face tracking virtual assistant situation. And I found that, so my phone went down to 20% power. And this is a problem because as soon as I got that low battery warning, it disconnected from the slider and it stopped controlling it back and forth. So then the gears continued to grind as soon as it got to the next stop, and it just went, and I had to like pull the power just to get this thing to, not ruin itself. So the thing isn't perfect. I'm going to try and find as many problems with it as I can because, I mean, it's an expensive piece of gear. And I mean, Zeppin, they sell the Micro 2 slider, which is the affordable, awesome slider. I recommend that thing to everybody. It is a solid piece of kit for like $200 to $400. I love that slider. The Rhino, it's awesome. I'm going to do something else on my next stream. I think some of you guys may have seen some stuff that I've posted of I had the Aperture 300X on top of the Rhino slider. I'm going to do that for the next stream, just for like a moving dynamic light. I just wanted to have the camera on there for this sweet B-roll shot this time. Let's see, depending on what I look at my lighting groups. Photo Joseph, the slider is very nice. Touch and cheers. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I wanted to have a solid stream. I wanted to have production quality. Speaking of production quality, which is kind of the topic of this conversation here, is I find myself constantly being obsessed with production quality and how can I make my videos look better. And I think that a lot of people kind of run into that same situation. Let's follow up on some more comments here. Must be mine. Oh, Nils, yeah, your Nova. Yeah, the Nova's over here. The Aperture Nova is an incredibly valuable tool. It's the best value for like dollar for dollar for a light that you can pay for. There are things that after you pass the $1,700 range for a light, anything up there is going to be specialty lighting instruments, things that you pay more money for specific features, like I need it to weigh less. I need it to have a specific type of output. But the Nova is an incredible light. I really, really like it. I love those stands. So awesome. Thank you, Photo Joseph. Yeah, those rolling stands. I've got like 5 rolling stands in here. I have everything that I can on wheels. The low boys. Yeah, I've also got 2 low boys in here, low boy combos, and those are carrying my Lupo full color 60s. Jake, yes, you do need to get those rolling stands. Tyler, hypothetically, could you attach a baby bed to the slider to rock it to sleep? Yes, Tyler. I think that you probably could if you had a very, very tiny baby. Actually, that's something else I wanted to try and do was rig up like a piece of rope or a piece of string, have it go around a couple of stands that are sandbagged to while the camera goes, it will pull a stand back and forth against it. I think that would be, create a really interesting kind of moving thing, especially if you put like a light on top of it. Cut the check. Hey, Tommy, it's Snugs. Oh, what's up, man? Snugs, what is it? Snugs Snowball, I think. Programmer that drinks Bullet. Yeah, my brother down from another mother. Yeah, dude. Bullet bourbon. I'm a big fan of bourbon. Technically tea. I'm literally thinking about ordering the Zeppin tonight. Oh, man. I've got it right here. I'm going to grab it real quick. Dead air, gotta move. All right, here we are. Okay. The Zeppin Micro 2. If you need a good slider, look no further. You don't need the one with the motors. You don't need the whole, the Rhino, the motion head, all that stuff. This slider is fairly cheap for what it is. It's fluid dampened, right? Nice and smooth. So you can just, what I do is to get some like really nice looking like I'm using an expensive motorized slider. You just put some weight on it, put it on a tripod, like on a fluid head tripod, and then tilt it a little bit to how fast you want it to go. And then put another ball head on top of it so you could point your camera where you want it to go. And then you get this nice, consistent sliding motion at a very consistent speed. This is the best manual slider there is, period. Like there's no question in my mind. Now, as for motion control, I think that, obviously I went with the Rhino Arc 2 because it's the best. It's not perfect yet. It'll get there. I think in a couple of years, maybe we'll all have robot dogs that control our cameras for us. Let's get on to some more of these comments here. Quasniak Pictures, dude, thanks for showing up, man. If you guys haven't seen Quasniak Pictures Instagram, this guy, you gotta go look at it. He makes some of these incredibly creative, beautiful looking photos. That guy, man, he's got some talent. Go check him out. Nils Codes. Autofocus on the slider gets confused. Might need manual. Oh shoot! Thank you. I'll fix that. Boom. Fixed. All right, what's next? Jake Sloan, agree on the Zeppin. Great little slider. That thing is fantastic. Yeah, dude, totally agree. Technically T, do you think I need the feet attachment on the bottom if it's always going to be mounted on a tripod? I was going to get the motorized version since it's so affordable. Yeah, it's super convenient. So what I do is I have the feet and I have the thing, but beneath that I've also got talking to the wrong damn camera. All right, so I've got the feet and I've got it on this plate, but I've also got a quick release plate on it. It's really convenient to be able to just kind of drop it on a table or stick it down somewhere. Because if you don't have it on a tripod or on a stand and you want to just like set it down to get it out of the way, if you don't have that plate with the feet, then you're going to be sitting it down on its like gears and stuff and getting like some of the oils and things everywhere. So it's just kind of a nice tidy little piece to have. I would definitely recommend getting the feet. Photo Joseph, what is the Zeppin price? Let's look that up. Go into B-roll mode. Zeppin Micro 2. That thing currently costs $300. Yeah, $300. That comes with with Easy Lock ball head. Easy Lock and ball head. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's a $300 slider. I've paid more for worse sliders, for sure. Technically T, not if you plan to put it on a tripod all the time. Yeah. Aaron, hey man, thank you for showing up. Yeah, weird but good. That's what I'm going for. I'm not going for the same stuff as everybody else. I'm drinking on the internet. Aaron is a very knowledgeable YouTuber as well. He does a bunch of stuff about live streaming and about the Atom Mini Pro. You know what? Let me show you guys my Atom Mini Pro setup here. This, I think that you'll really like it. It's not the same as everyone else's. So here we go. This, let's put autofocus on. So I've taken a Manfrotto bendy arm clamp thing and a super clamp, and I squished it onto the back, so it closes off one of the HDMI ports of the Atom Mini Pro, but I don't need all of them. But the whole thing is floating. And I've got another MixPre 3 there plugged into it for microphone A in case microphone B needs to move somewhere. But it's all floating. This whole desk, everything is floating over here. That way I can just roll this desk out and use it use it for a table for product photography or something. But I have this whole setup is just wall mounted. Can you believe that? There's a lot of holes in my wall, but it worked out. Let me come back here and show you this. So I stepped kind of away from my microphone there, but we've got a Mars 300 receiver into one of the HDMI ports for this guy. So I've got the Mars 300 original going into camera 2, and then the receiver. So this is the transmitter, and the receiver's into camera 2, and then I've got another Mars 300 Pro coming off of the multi-view out port into the Mars 300 Pro transmitter into this monitor. And I already talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but there's more of you guys, so I'll kind of talk about it again for a second real quick. So this monitor is really kind of upping my personal production game. So the Atom Mini Pro, obviously coming off of the Mars 300 Pro coming off of the Atom Mini Pro into this guy, which is a completely wireless, totally transportable, which kind of folds up into its own little carry bag production monitor. So I can just kind of switch that over to programs, so I can use it as just whatever I wanted the Atom Mini Pro to see. But I've also got the features of a production monitor like this. So like false color, focus peaking, and all that. This guy, awesome monitor, and monitoring for headphones and stuff like that. So you can just throw it in the car. It's all powered by a single VMAT battery. Same with the Mars 300 Pro receiver on the back of it. USB power through the monitor itself. This is what I wanted when I was looking for monitors, but I think it's one of the new products. So it's a lot less. So this setup, if you try and go with something like Small HD's super expensive receiver monitor package, is like $7,000. You can build. I mean, this monitor itself, regardless if you're using the wireless receivers and stuff, the monitor is like $1,200. It comes with a C-stand mount and a VMAT battery plate. It's from OC. So we got way more comments here. Photo Joseph, missed you this morning. Oh, Quasnick Pictures, of course, man. Nils and Technically T, thanks for the info. By the way, hope you all safe with what's going on. Oh, the West Coast. Yeah, the whole West Coast is burning down. So we're okay now. I'm in like north of Los Angeles a bit. We've already burned down a couple times this year. I think we probably will burn down a couple more times. It is what it is. Aaron Pulaski, just get too far behind this morning. Yeah, I heard Photo Joseph had to kill his show this morning. It's too bad. He runs a great show every day. Every Wednesday, he has a great show. So if you haven't already subscribed to him, he's just like me, but more bald and more beard. And a little bit older, I think. He's cool, though. The floating Atom Mini, most excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Tell us more about the MixPre and the Magic plugin. Okay. All right. So let's Photo Joseph asked about this plugin I've got. So I'm going to switch over to I have two microphones pointed at my face right now. One of them, they're both going into mix pre 3s, and they're both sort of the same sound profile. But I've got one mix pre 3 with the mix pre 3 Mark II with the noise assist plugin, which algorithmically processes the sound before it goes through. I don't know how they do it, but it cuts all the noise out. So let's switch over to the other one. And now I'm on my other Mix Pre 3 Mark I that does not have the noise assist plugin turned on. There's some noise in here, but not much. My air conditioner turned off. What do I have that can generate noise? Whatever. I don't know. Maybe it sounds better, or maybe because there's no noise in the room now. But once there's noise, I switch over to this other microphone that's going through the Mix Pre 3 Mark II with the noise assist plugin, and you can just listen and dial the noise out of your live streams, just like what I've done here. And Photo Joseph, he was on at the beginning of the stream. He heard me kind of use it, so he'll comment about how awesome it is, I guess. When the AC turns back on, I'll do the demo again. So just listen, I guess, and tell me when you guys hear AC. I'll switch over to the microphone that doesn't have the noise assist. Let's see, we've got Aaron. Where are the wires? Oh yeah, where are the wires? So the wires are all bundled up behind me in like zip ties, little twist ties that come with all your equipment. These little things. I've got so many of these things, and then there's a bunch of little clips nailed into the wall, and things are just attached everywhere. I've spent hours and hours and hours on cable management because I don't have a lot of space in here. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's no space for anything in here. It's a tiny bedroom, so I have to make do with what I have to make do, and cable management is one of the most important things. In fact, I've got all of my hard drive stuff. I'll show you guys in the next stream. I've got all my hard drives and my router and my power supply and power strips. They're all built behind a tiny little shelf that's flat against the wall. And I actually also got a wall-mounted rack for my hard drives, which it works great. So it's the Atom, or it's the Blackmagic, whatever their hard drive thing is called. It works. It all works great. So cable management, super important. Photo Joseph, Jake Sloan, sorry if tags aren't working. I'm on mobile. Stupid YouTube. Yeah, I've seen some demos on Mix Pre 3 and managed to ignore them. That may end. Yeah, there's not a lot of information about noise assist. I'm going to talk about it on my live streams because that's how I'm going to use it. All right, so I think the AC is kicking on right now. You might hear a bah. Listen, all right, I'm going to do the demo right now. So this is me talking with this AC kind of buzzing over there in silence. Did noise just stop? Because now I'm talking through the noise assist Mix Pre Mark II. Here, I'm gonna go back and forth. All right, this is the one without noise assist. And this is the one with noise assist. How does that sound? I need to do this. Have you seen the back of my desk? Aaron, no, I haven't seen the back of your desk, but I imagine anyone that does live streaming has a horrible rat's nest situation of wires. Let's see, cut the check. Tommy, shouts to you for doing the USB to DC conversion. Had the aha moment about a month ago. You'd be surprised what can be powered by USB with a proper buck boost. Thank you. Actually, I also have another thing on the way from a little new company in they're like in the UK, but they make a D-tap to USB-C converter that puts out like 85 watts of power. So it'll charge your laptop with a VMAT battery. I'll be talking about that when it gets here. Photo Joseph, neighboring city to us is toast. Lots of friends lost their homes last night. Man, I'm sorry. That's absolutely terrible news, man. These fires, they need to stop. Jake Sloan, you need Tommy Calloway to come over and work his magic on your cables. Yeah, man, cable management, like I said, so important. Bald and Beard, man, I'm behind on these comments. Nils Kotis, LOL, solid comment, thank you. Photo Joseph, turn the AC back on. Yep, here we go. I love how you and Gerald have it so neat and tidy. Dude, Gerald has gotten things to the next level with Neat and Tidy. I can't even compete. Nils, I already read that comment. Awesome. Levels on the noisy mic are too low again, and headphones are bleeding in. Yeah, man, these headphones, man, I gotta get rid of these. All right. Let's turn the levels back up on the other one. All right. How about now? Can you hear it okay? And now we're going to switch over to the Mix Pre Mark II that has noise assist. Oh, a little more? All right. How's that? Because I hear a lot of noise now. I can see a lot of noise. What's up, content creators? Experiment. Yeah, there's fires all over California. So Photo Joseph, he's in the comments there. He's basically explaining that noise assist is absolutely insane. All right, listen. Now how's the sound? Right? Noise assist. It only works on the Mix Pre 3 Mark II, and then it's a plugin. It's $300, just a piece of software, but that's what it does. Derek. Yeah, dude, Derek, he's also a YouTube creator. Check him out. If you got nothing to do tonight, watch some of his videos. Got a lot of creators in here tonight. Thanks for supporting me and showing up to the stream, guys. Really appreciate it. Of course, buy more lights. Everybody needs lights. Buy lights. Yeah, that's where are we at? We're at about half an hour here. Does anyone have? Oh man, my camera turned off. All right. There we go. That's better. No, Mars didn't turn off. The Nikon Z6 did. So that's my B camera back there. We've got the Nikon Z6 back there, and we're using the GH5 for the A cam. Let's see. Jake Sloan. Dude, Jake Sloan lives in an ice glacier in Alaska. Yes, Jake, I do need a few more lights. I'd be interested to see what's going on with that Rotolight Titan X2, but I don't think they want to work with creators. Yeah, dude, this room is like microscopic. There's not a lot of room back here. I could push that Rhino back a bit more. It's not at the very, very back. Aaron, how many lights you got here? I need to, oh man, all right, you asked a dangerous question. All right, let's explore. All right, so over here, I've got a setup with about I've got 5 of my panels set up here for a video that I'm working on with DOP Choice. I need to put batteries in 1 more of them. There we go. And then I've got a couple more RGB WW panels back there. And then there's 1 more full color panel that I've got on the way. It's got like 5 more. It's got 1 extra color, so it's got 6 colored chips in there. So I have a ton of RGB WW panels, and then we've also got the Aperture 2 300D Mark IIs, and then we have the 300X, 300D Mark I, 300X, did that one. A lot of Godox lights over there. Falcon Eyes, they've got their full color panel, Velvet Light panel over there. I already talked about that one. I mean, I don't know, we got like maybe 30 lights. That's only if you're not counting the pocket lights too. There's a lot of lights back here. I don't know. It's a good question. Let's see. Jake Sloan's videos are sick as hell. Yes, they are. LA Explorer. Oh, hey. thanks, man. We got the LA Explorer here. That is a friend of mine out here in LA. And thanks for showing up. A little lag from the chat and your stream. Maybe that's from the Mars 300, the Nikon camera, because it's a little bit slow. It's like got a half-second delay. It's all wireless. Let's see. That's almost a trivia game on Tommy's channel when you ask how many lights are in a set. Yeah. So a little bit more info about Jake. He lives in an ice glacier in Alaska. I'm pretty sure he has a pet polar bear. His second pets are about 10 million mosquitoes. And all of his videos, he's just got this amazing footage of drones flying through ice glaciers and caves. In like, I don't know. It's got to be so cold there, but he's up in Alaska. So go subscribe to him if you want to see some awesome cinematic ice glacier footage. Aaron, everything you own on wheels. Yeah, the slider on wheels. Yeah, dude, I've got everything's on wheels. I mean, like I said, there's not enough space in here to have something not on wheels. The only thing that's not on wheels, a couple C-stands, and my tripod. My desk is on wheels. I can move this whole desk out, which I do frequently for my videos. It's got casters. It's a 180-pound desk that I built. I sourced the pipes and the wood, custom desk, and I just wheel it over there, do some videos on it. My desk is awesome. And it's my studio rebuild video if you guys want to see that one. But I'm very proud of it. 30 OMG content creators experiment. I'm new to this. Do you use StreamYard or anything like that for YouTube live streams? No. So I'm just using the Atom Mini Pro. It just comes straight out of the Ethernet port into my router, and that goes straight to YouTube. That's why I got the Atom Mini Pro. I didn't want to use a computer. I wanted that to be a non-issue for my streams. So just using the Atom Mini Pro, I just hit the live button, I hit on air, and then boom, it's live. And when I'm done, I just turned off. So no extra software beyond the Atom Mini Pro for the live stream. Oh, sorry, I meant the lag is almost non-existent. Oh, thank you. Good. I'm glad there's no lag. That was very important to me. Jake Bro, want to adopt a polar bear. Everybody does. Tommy, cannot believe how much stuff you have in there. And yes, your desk is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, man, I am a collector of sorts. Some say that I collect lights. I think that I also collect light stands, VMAT batteries, lights, microphones, mixed pre's now. But yeah, mainly lights. I've only got a couple. I've got way less cameras than most of the other creators that I know. I've got the Nikon Z6, Fujifilm X-T3, GH5, and like an old, what is it, the Panasonic GX85. Those are my cameras. I don't have the expensive Cinema Red cameras. I don't have any Canon cameras right now. No Alexas, obviously. No Blackmagic cameras. No Sonys. Now, if I were to get a camera today, I would probably want to buy the A7S III because it's just, for the money, it's the most camera. And obviously it's not software crippled like Canon. But we don't really talk about cameras too much over here. So, next comment. Cannot wait. Your desk is awesome. Here we go. Sending some lovely vibes. No life. Thank you, sir. Let's review my A7S III. LA Explorer. You've got the A7S III on order, I see. Bring it on over. I will show you how to make it create beautiful footage with some lights. Actually, I have a better idea. I will create better footage with my lights and a $300 camera than you will create with your A7S III and whatever lens it has. That's got to be like $5,000 worth of camera because the lens itself is probably going to be another couple grand, right? I think that's a fun challenge. I'll use less than $1,000 of camera, including lens, accessories, and all that. But I'll use the equivalent value in lights to make a better looking video than you with your A7S III. How's that sound? All right. LA Explorer, excited. Cannot wait till mine arrives. Oh, Jake has one too. Of course. Okay, Alaska. Yeah, he's got the A7S III also. You know, everyone does. A lot of people have that camera on order. Content creators experiment. So if someone wants to review a light, What would you say are the essential talking points to hit? I don't have a light meter. Is that okay? Great question. All right. So if someone wants to review a light, they're trying to get into talking points about reviewing lights, and you don't have a light meter. I didn't have a light meter for a long time, and I reviewed a lot of lights. So what I would say is, one, you can look up the CRI and the TLCI online, or you can refer to other creators' videos, which is actually it's helpful, because I think that referring to other creators is not a bad thing. It doesn't take away from your own video. It's additive. If you make a video that's really good about all the important things about a light, but you say, hey, this other guy, he reviewed all the color quality, and if you want more info on it, people will watch your video and then they'll go watch his video. If your video keeps them on YouTube longer, then YouTube will recommend it more. It's not a bad thing to tell people to get information from other people's videos. So you don't need a light meter. It is helpful, but actually I talked to Sekonic, and we've got the C800 coming out here into the studio. I had to pay for it still, but they say that their biggest customers are YouTubers and light manufacturers, because the average cinematographer or DP or whatever, they don't get this expensive $2,000 pocket light meter, because everyone else on the internet already has one. They've already talked about lights. They already can say, oh, this is the best light. They're just going to go buy the lights. They don't, I guess they only sell like maybe 1,000 a year or so, which is one of the reasons why those light meters are so expensive. So talking points about what's important for a light. One, is it a hard light? Is it a point source? Or is it a soft light? Does it come with accessories? Is it a grid? How durable is it? If you shake it around, is it going to fall apart? Will it work? If you travel around with it and throw it into a car a few times. In that regard, does it come with a travel case? How bright does it get? Now, you don't need to measure the lux or the lumens. You can just say, like, this is XYZ light that has known brightness, and then this is this other brand new light that I'm reviewing. Here's how bright it looks the same distance away. You need to know if it's bicolor, or if it's one solid color, or if it's full color. If it's a full color light, is it RGBW or is it RGBWW? Does it have 5 chips or 4 chips? If it has 5 chips, it's going to have better color in the Kelvin range, or better color quality in the Kelvin range than it will if it's only got 4 chips, because that means it only has one white chip. That one white chip is going to be at probably 5,600 degrees Kelvin or 3,000 degrees Kelvin. So it's going to be using the RGB chips to get up to the other Kelvin range. It's going to be simulating white with RGB, so the color quality is going to be very poor. It's going to have a very bad CRI, TLCI, or whatever in that range, which is one of the interesting things about newer lights coming out that are full color that have RGB LCW. They've got red, green, blue, lime, cyan, white. So they have even more colors in that range. There's also, is it VMount powered or is it only AC powered? If it is VMount powered, what kind of power do you need to power that light? Because not all batteries are made the same. Does it need, just 5 amps, or does it need like 15 amps? Or do you need a 24 volt VMount battery, or 28 volt or whatever? Because that's a different kind of battery. It's more expensive. Does it have DMX controls? Can you control it over an Ethernet network? Does it have Wi-Fi? Can you control it with your phone? Does it have an app? Does it have a remote? There's so many different things to talk about when reviewing a light that, not everyone needs to talk about every single point. I think it's better to talk about the way that you use a light and what's important to you and how you're using it, the things that bother you. I also find that when you point out all the bad things about pieces of equipment or the things that bother you the most, those are actually the videos that convert the most, because if you found a way around it, or you find that it still works for you, a lot of people are probably going to agree with you. And that's a great way to generate like an affiliate style income, is just honest reviews, which, believe it or not, there's not a ton of. I mean, there are a few reviewers, particularly Gerald Undone, that are just, honest to a fault sometimes. I wouldn't say it's honest to a fault. I'd say if you're trying to land more brand deals and sponsorships, I think that, it's possible to hurt yourself in that regard, because if you say a bunch of bad things about a brand, even though it converts higher, they're not going to want to send you more free stuff to talk about because you're going to shit on it, right? Whatever. That's my thoughts. Let's see. We got more shots fired. Shots fired. LA Explorer, sure. Awesome. All right, we'll schedule that. Photo Joseph, it's all about the lighting. Jake Sloan, it is definitely lighting is king. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Hey, Brad Fogel's in here. Interesting angle. Let's go back over to the B-roll cam. Jake, want to bounce a light off a glacier? Yes, that would be awesome. I'd like to see that. It'd probably look nice and, I don't know, ice glacier-y. Should probably use a cool color temperature. You don't want to melt Alaska. Brad Fogel, Sleepy Time. Thanks for stopping by, man. Content Creators Experiment. Yeah, the cheapest light meter I found was like $50. That's probably just like a color temperature and like intensity light meter. There's light meters that measure all kinds of interesting things. We'll talk about those more maybe on the next stream. Jake Sloan, Photo Joseph, you guys should definitely collab. I think you guys would love each other as friends or collaborators. Let's see. Done a bunch of stuff. All right. Content Creators Experiment. Dude, this is a college course material. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I didn't do the whole college route. This is all the film production related stuff that I've learned and business related stuff. Even software engineering, I just taught myself either through YouTube or through reading books. Let's see. In the last 45 seconds, I learned several things about lighting I didn't know before. Well, thanks, Jake. I appreciate that. What do we got here? Always love reviews that are detailed and include practical usage examples. Everybody does. Everybody wants to know, are you using this light the way that I'm going to use this light? That's like the most practical information. Let's see, Nils, he's on a Canon timeout even though he wasn't honest, even though he was honest and positive. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was talking about. Sometimes you can be too honest and they're just like, well, we thought that because we were sending you something for free that you were just going to lie about it and tell people to buy it. That's absolutely never the case with me. It's never the case with Gerald. It's never the case with pretty much everyone that's in this chat right now that I've watched anyways. But there's reviewers that, I don't know, when you see a review like that, it just like, you can tell, it's like you were paid a lot of money to not say the things that I know you want to say. And those, I think that has to do with, sometimes you have to earn a paycheck and people do things sometimes that maybe they don't morally agree with. And I think that we've all done some of those at some point in our lives. And once you learn that that's not the right way to conduct a YouTube channel, you don't do it anymore. I've taken a lot of videos down off of my channel that I personally no longer agree with. Your B-roll cam on a slider. Yes, it is. I've got the Rhino Arc 2 back there behind me. Love that thing. If you come back to the beginning of the show, then you'll see all the equipment that I've got in here for this stream, and the Rhino Arc 2 is one of them. Nils, wait, did you say software engineering? What you're using it for? Yes, I am also a full stack developer. I write PHP and database stuff and HTML. I write code. I build websites and software architecture, databases, and APIs. I'm not going to bore you guys too much with that because it's a very specific piece of information that only a few people are interested in. But that's my career. This is literally just a hobby. I do it for fun. It's kind of a stress relief. It's something that I want to do full-time eventually if this channel is to somehow grow exponentially. I've got a lot of experience with business. I've been working on making that happen. I need, if things scale linearly, I will need between 5 and 10 times more subscribers than I currently have to make that a reality. And who knows when YouTube will make that happen? Who knows when I will have the time to make that happen? I know that I will need to invest significantly more time and effort into my videos in order to get that style of return. And I think that it'd be naive to not think that. People like some of my fellow creators in this chat, they work 40 plus hours a week on their content. The reason I created this stream on Wednesday nights is because it is a 1 hour commitment that I know I can do, and it's not going to take me 15 hours of work to create a video. It's just something I can do. I can talk with you guys you guys have specific questions about gear, I can just answer it here on the stream. It's a piece of content that I can give to you guys once a week. And then in addition to the once every 1 or 2 weeks, real videos that I can create. When I have more time, when I have 4 hours every few days to work on video, the schedule will increase, and that will be based on me being able to let go of other clients. So YouTube growth is a whole completely separate topic. It's something that I want to do and I'm pursuing actively. I know that, you guys have talked to me about it sometimes in the past. And I think that everyone wants to grow. Nobody creates with no goals. My goal is to make more content. I love doing this. I love talking about all this cool gear and all this stuff. It's so much fun to educate and learn about it. And this whole studio, all the people that have worked, all the companies that have worked with me, I'm so grateful to be, in this position. So let's move on. We've got more comments here. Theodore, thanks for stopping by. Just to tell you, I've been in love with your content for the last 3 years. It's amazing. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Brad, before I bounce, I've got an old Sekonic with Pocket Wizard trigger from years ago. My strobe setup, something I've had issues figuring out is how to apply it to video use. I don't know anything about the older Sekonic models. I only know about the newer C700, C7800 models that also do CRI, TLCI, and all that other stuff. Aaron, looks like we've got another PHP developer in here. I actually made some coding content in the channel in the past, which I've scrubbed almost completely. If you've watched or listened to some of the podcasts that I've been on over the past few weeks, they all wanted to talk about my career and my history. So, you can learn all about that through there. There's the Hive Podcast is one that I recently did 2 weeks ago. I guess you can listen to that one if you're interested in learning a little bit more about me outside of this live stream. Nils, nice. DMs on Twitter then. DM me on Twitter if you have questions and it's not answered on the stream. I'm pretty active there. See, Brad Fogel, maybe you could think of breaking down the sexy new color meters versus the old color meters. Yeah, I will. Once the Sekonic gets here, maybe we'll do does anyone own a color meter? Because, honestly, you don't really need a color meter unless you're reviewing lights anymore. But we'll get into that. Photo Joseph, as he said that, I thought, Aaron's going to love hearing that. Yeah, I guess Aaron is definitely a PHP developer. Hey, Brad, thanks for showing up. Aaron, if your numbers are anything like mine, I bet you can go full-time sooner. We should talk personal finance because I have some feelings about that too. Thank you. Actually, yeah, Aaron, you know what? Maybe I'll send you a DM on Twitter. I've got some ideas for some products. I will be making a couple of shirts, and I have some digital assets that I want to create, which I've definitely not done enough of, because every creator that is large and has this as their full-time career, they all have digital assets. I've got like one digital asset. It's a sound pack, which is basically to process your audio in Adobe Audition instantly. That's how I process my audio. Not on this live stream, of course, but in all my videos. I saw that for like $10 and it's hard to find. Cut the check. Nice. Node.js and Ruby. We got a lot of developers here. I think everyone knows some code these days anyways. Hell yes. Theodore, growing a YouTube channel is a balance between what you truly love to do and also make some content that is less specific and easier for the majority of people to enjoy. Would be more of a camera test maybe. All right, yeah, I've got some interesting information for you guys if you're curious about reviewing expensive lights and attaining these expensive lights, and why do companies send them to me, someone with, less than 40,000 subscribers. So if you want to get an expensive light, it's very, very easy. The reason being is, by the way, get lit while getting lit over here. All right, so not a lot of people review expensive lighting because reviewing expensive lights does not pull a lot of views. People are not interested in what they can achieve with a $4,000 light because they can't afford it. That's out of reality for them. They are not familiar with renting. They're trying to probably build their own home studio, and a $4,000 light is just, it's impossible to them. So I've made a name for myself, I guess, by reviewing a whole bunch of lights, all kinds of lights, expensive lights, cheap lights, whatever. I started with the cheap ones, and then I started sending more and more emails to companies as I reviewed similar lights. And because nobody has ever reached out to them to review these things, they're just like, oh, I guess we'll try the YouTube thing. Pretty soon, companies, when they are researching their competitors, I start to show up as in every one of their search results. When they're searching for any one of their competitors, they'll see 3 videos that I've made in the top 3 search results. And so now they're sending me emails like, hey, we see that you review a ton of lights. Do you want to review our light? And my response is, generally, if it looks like a good light, yeah, let's do it. And if it doesn't look like a good light, I'll still do it because that's good content. And also it gives them valuable feedback for version 2 of their light. No one else is going to give the feedback that I give because, one, I have so much experience with all these lights that I can tell them this is what's wrong with your light. And if you start reviewing lights, you could do that too. It's really easy. If you just review a few lights that don't have a ton of reviews, you'll be the first search result. Companies will just volunteer to send you thousands of dollars of equipment in your niche. That's one of the reasons niching down is so important. If you're a travel vlogger, right? If you do reviews on, I think I've talked about this before on some other people's videos in collaboration, but if you're a travel vlogger or whatever, and you review canoes exclusively, and you review barbecues, and you review all kinds of things, you'll just be a travel vlogger. But if you are a person that reviews canoes every week, every canoe company is going to want to send you a canoe. It's very easy to get free stuff if you are the controller in your niche. And there are a lot of niches that have nobody to be their champion. I've kind of become the guy that does lighting because nobody else will do it. Because 1, it doesn't pull views. And 2, I'm currently not financially dependent on my channel. This is not my financial livelihood. It has nothing to do with my income because it can't. This type of content just can't. I think a few days ago, someone bought $10,000 of lights on Amazon with one of my affiliate links. That was a $400 day on Amazon affiliates from one person's group purchase of lights, which never happens, by the way. Your payment for reviewing an expensive light is the expensive light, which is another thing. Don't let companies take advantage of you as a creator. You have an audience in your niche, which is interested in learning about stuff that you talk about. So if a company says, yeah, we'll send it out to you for 3 days, can you send it back? My answer is always no, because I'm providing value to this company in the form of an audience and information, advertising to people that they're interested in advertising to, and I get nothing out of it, because especially if it's an expensive light, no one's going to use those affiliate links and it's not going to get any views. What's the point? So always be the controller of your own business. Treat your channel like this is work. Take what people are sending you and be honest about it, but no returns. 1, you also have to go back to UPS to send it back to someone. Nobody wants to do that. That costs you time and potentially money. All right, let's move on. We got more comments here. Oh, man, that was kind of a mouthful. Sorry about that, guys. Growing YouTube channel. Here we go. Photo Joseph, digital sales, where it's at. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I will post the sound pack link in this live stream. I'll also DM it to you, Content Creators Experiment. Yeah, some lights are more expensive than some people's entire setups. I've got one light kit that's $4,500 in a little bag. So basically, don't worry about getting rejected. Just reach out. Yes, the worst thing that can happen is if you send an email to someone saying, hey, can I review your thing? They'll say no, but then they'll know about you. Send 10 emails, you get back a couple yeses, you've got content. It's easy to, if you want to send out a bunch of emails to a bunch of companies to try and review a specific style or piece or niche of gear, individually write every single email, no boilerplates. You cannot succeed with a copy paste email. It has to be handwritten, custom. Communication is this is the only thing these companies know about you. Communication is so important. So, you can't just copy and paste the messages and expect to earn value. You have to show that you're willing to work to provide that value. The step one is custom emails, handwritten emails. How is your content going to elevate this brand? Stuff like that. I should probably do like a whole business course, but we'll get there. Niels Kotis, need more canoes. Book of Ken. Hey, Tommy. Hey, thanks for showing up, man. This is great advice. Thank you. You're welcome. Theodore, I also think brands know that your words for us are legitimate and we can trust you on their positive qualities. Every time you reviewed cheap middle price stuff, me and my friends bought it. Man, thank you. I hope you used my affiliate link. I really appreciate that, man. Jake Sloan, experiment, that's right. Last year, 120 emails to, oh man. So Jake sent 128 emails to companies, 20 or so responded, and only 8 said yes, but those 8 are awesome companies to work with. Yes, companies that respond to creators and work with you are generally awesome. There's a few bad ones out there, but maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe that'll be a content topic for the next stream. Toxic brands. That sounds like a pretty good name. Jake Sloan. Okay, let's go back to the B cam over here. It's been pretty lonely back there. Nils Kotis, don't apologize for great advice. Oh, appreciate that, man. Photo Joseph. All right, man. Good night. Crash time here. Cheers. Thanks for, let's get one of these. Photo Joseph. Thanks for showing up. Really appreciate it. Yeah, man. The Atom. That's, so I bought Photo Joseph used Atom Mini Pro. I had the Atom Mini Pro on back order for over a month. And I was always commenting on his live stream. Hey, man, back order. What's going on? He's like, dude, I don't know, but I ordered the ISO. You want to just buy mine? So I did. I canceled my back order and bought his. He was gracious enough to sell me his and send me the wrong power adapter. To which I replied, you sent me the wrong power adapter, the underpowered Atom Mini power adapter. And then we exchanged power adapters. It was an honest mistake, but thank you, Photo Joseph, so much for selling me your used Atom Mini Pro. It's working out pretty well, as you can see. Then they'll know about you this. Same advice I give to people that apply to jobs. Yes. Content creators experiment. Good night, Photo Joseph. All right, Aaron, thanks for showing up. Good show. Cheers. Appreciate all you guys showing up. We've got time for a few more questions here. I'm out of whiskey, so that means we're almost done here. Let's go back to the B cam for the last B cam shot. Just arrived. Oh, Doug Optics. Can we start over? You know what, Doug Optics? Just for you, we can. There's this trick. If you hit 0 on your keyboard, I think it'll let you start from the beginning. I don't know if it'll do that on a live stream, but I go over this whole setup, all the lights that I'm currently using, how I've got this B-roll shot behind me, this ridiculously awesome live monitor, which, by the way, it's only 300 nits of brightness, but I did that on purpose. I didn't get the brightest one because this monitor also only takes 17 watts of power. So if I'm using a single V-mount battery to power this entire live stream monitor situation, and it's all wireless, of course, I've just got headphones dangling off of it. That V-mount battery is going to last significantly longer than if I were to get a 2,000 nits of brightness, 72 watt crazy ridiculous monitor. So bright is not always better, and it's also got a built-in sun hood here, which I could construct by just pulling these flaps over. I'm not going to though because it's not sunny in here and I don't need it. Let's see. Spotting toxic companies. All right, maybe that'll be the topic for the next one. Toxic companies. I mean, the main topic is obviously lighting, and I'll have a different lighting setup to teach you guys about and what I used. But we'll go over toxic companies next time. Let's see, Jake Sloan. I'd reach out to you if I was a company. Anything Alaska is just eye-popping cool. I think a lot of drone companies should work with him because where else are you going to get footage like that? Ice glaciers. It was a test. You passed. Good night. All right. Good night, Photo Joseph. Theodore, I don't think this is something that can be applied for cameras about the no return policy. Every time a brand contacted me about a camera, it's 5 days no return policy. You know what, Theodore? It will work. And I know because I was sponsored by Fujifilm. I'm not an ex-photographer. but they gifted me the Fujifilm X-T3 and the 16 to 55 millimeter f2.8. After a lot of persistence, a lot of working with them, talking, I did a lot of I had their camera for like a month. I did a lot of honest content about it. And I wanted to make more content about it. And I told them like, hey, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. I think that if I had more time with your camera, then we'd be in a really good place to make, some really great content. And this was while I had the loaner and before I stopped accepting loaners. So, take that as, how you will. But then I sent it back and I said, hey, I sent one last email and I said, hey, I still think it'd be really cool if we could work together on this. Again, this is not my job. I'm not going to, put money down, but I will put time down. Time is my investment. And they came back and they said, let's do it. And they sent me out a brand new X-T3 and a 16 to 55 f2.8. And if that doesn't work for you, if you can't get, and I'm also the only non-X photographer they've ever done that for. So I'm super honored by that. I love my X-T3, not because they sent me a free one. I loved it before that. I sent it back. But it's got the same sensor as the X-T4, the same processor as the X-T4. It just doesn't have image stabilization or flip out screen, but I'm going to be using that one on the slider next time with a USB-C power via V-mount and rails. And we'll talk about that. That's going to be the next setup. But anyways, if you can't get a free camera from a camera company, which is uncommon, you can earn a sponsorship from another company that's in your niche and tell them instead of money, you want them to purchase a piece of equipment and send that to you, which is exactly how I got the Rhino Arc too, because Rhino would not work with me. This is actually a sponsorship that I earned, and I'll talk about that one next time if you guys are interested in that. But there's always a way to achieve your goals or get the pieces of equipment into your studio, even if that company's not going to want to sponsor you. So maybe we'll call that fourth party sponsorships or something like that. That'll be another piece of content for, stream down the line. Anish, thanks you. You're welcome, I guess. Jake Sloan, all right, I have a client shoot first thing in the morning. I have to run, get some sleep. Great stream, Tommy. Thank you, Jake. Thanks, Jake, for showing up. Have a good time. Have good luck on your client shoot tomorrow, and I can't wait for your next stream. If you guys like awesome cinematic nature Alaska snow content, go subscribe to Jake and watch his streams. He's awesome. Topic Ruben, this guy's awesome. Hey, Tommy and everyone. Cheers from Italy. I really like things from Italy. In fact, I've got a bunch of lights over there from Italy that I adore. They're the best. They're the best at certain things, and then there's other lights that are also good at other things. Of course, I always am able to find advantages of certain lights from certain companies, but whatever. Topic, Ruben says, lately I've been looking into cinema cameras. Do I have any suggestions? Yes. Do a lot, so much research that you probably don't want to do anymore. I wanted the Canon C300 Mark III for a while, but then the A7S III came out, and now I don't want the Canon anymore because I've picked up a big camera before, and it was too big. It was too heavy. I didn't want to bring it around. You can't do nimble movements with them. You can't use a super tiny, lightweight, awesome slider with a huge cinema camera. If you can achieve the bitrate and the codecs and the things that you need with a smaller camera, it will probably be a wiser investment to buy some lights. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being biased to lighting, but I mean, I know cinema cameras are tempting, and they're expensive. They're a huge investment. It might be worth only renting cinema cameras for clients that are like, I need to be shot on red or something, because the only way to achieve that client would be to rent that camera. But beyond that, I don't know at this point anymore, at this point in technology, if it would be worth it to purchase an expensive cinema camera. Book of Ken, Tommy, what do you think of the Lightmat 2SL or 4S from Lightgear? Lightmats, so that's a canvas light. What is the Lightmat 2SL? Lightmat 2SL from Lightgear. Let me look it up for you. Let me see if I know of anything similar to that. Okay. So that is an $829 light. So I haven't worked with Lightgear's products at all, very much. It looks just like almost any other one of these canvas style lights that I've played with. Looks like it's a dual color light, maybe dual bicolor. I'm looking into this. If you could fill me in, I don't want to have too much dead air over here. Right now back here, you can probably see in the stream, that style of light I really like. So, oh, nope, that camera's dead. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Back on the air. So this one, I've got a 3x1 from Intelitech. It's the LC120. It comes with a softbox. It comes with a grid. It comes with all the stuff you need. I like that style of light a lot because especially if you have it over a desk, it's just like the ideal soft light for a desk because it doesn't protrude too far out. That form factor is a really good form factor of light. For Lightgear, their brand in particular, I don't have any experience with them. I haven't measured the CRI, TLCI, intensity. I don't know of any of the weird things about that light. But that form factor, that style of light is a good light. I personally use Intelitech and I really like it because they also have like the super long extension cord. I have it plugged in like 25 feet away from me over in the corner over there. So I like Intelitech stuff. I'm sure Lightgear is probably comparable. Let's see, we've got Nils desperately need a flip out screen with your production monitor. A flip out screen? Why would I need a flip out screen? I mean, the production monitor, this is all I need. Like, if you're new to the stream here, this is a fully wireless production monitor setup. It's got a sun hood. It's got focus peaking, false color. It's all wireless. I love it. It's great. I don't need any flip out screen at all. I could pick it up. It turns into a little suitcase that you can just carry around. This is the OSEE, not OC. The brand name is OC, and it's their new 17-inch production monitor kit. I really like it. All right, guys. So this is about the end of the stream here. I don't have much more to talk about, and it's almost midnight snack time. So if we got any more questions over here, drop them in the comments now. Book of Ken, thanks, homie. I watched your Intelitech video when you uploaded it. Made me rethink on that. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching. And Nils, that's what I was getting at when you were saying the flip out screen is nice to have on your non-cinema camera. Yeah. With something like this, I mean, it's no longer a necessity unless you need everything to be in a complete handheld, single, built together package. That's why you would need a cinema camera. Camille Backstein, do you stream every week? Yes, I do now. This is the Wednesday night Get Lit While Getting Lit. I've already got lit and we're lit. So Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Pacific time. I might make it a little bit earlier for my friends on the East Coast because a lot of people were saying that this is crazy late for them. Thanks, guys, for showing up, by the way. I really appreciate it. And let's see. Oh, yeah, look at that. Thanks, Tommy. Really appreciate you taking the time to do this. You're welcome, Content Creators Experiment. I did this for you guys, and of course, a little bit for myself too. And Tristan, small wireless light, like a tube, or like the mic, or like the MC, best recommendations. My recommendations, I did a full showdown of all the pocket lights that are popular and that I recommend. Falcon Eyes FC Super Bright, Falcon Eyes F7 Super Bright, really high quality light. Aperture MC small light, awesome environment. I like it because it's so tiny and has really good magnets. Pilot Fly has the brightest full color light in that price range. Go watch my showdown on that. It's a nice 20-minute showdown going through all the details. One of my favorite videos that I've made. Top Ruben, pleasure to be here. Thank you guys. Thank you for showing up, Ruben. Really appreciate it. Nils, hope you're liking streams a little better now. Yeah, it's a learning experience, but I think that we're figuring this thing out together, and I appreciate you guys showing up. Tristan, saw that. Just wondering if your opinion's changed. No, I still recommend the Aperture MC and the Pilot Fly lights. They're my favorite for pocket-sized lights. However, Lupo is coming out with their new kick-ass full color light, which I saw them tease on their Instagram, which will probably, I'm not saying anything yet, but it's going to be good. I'll make a video about it. And there we go. Falcon Eyes F7 just came out with a mini version for $70. Look out for it. Maybe we need a showdown round 2 on the pocket lights. I still need to do my showdown on all my big old color panels over here. That one's coming. I'm still waiting on one more panel. I'm going to get an update from them soon. All right, guys. This is it for me. I'm out of here. Get lit while getting lit. Thanks for showing up. If you're not already subscribed, clearly do so. If you have questions about any of the gear that I went over in the stream, it's going to be in the description of this video. I should have already linked it. If I haven't linked it, just, pound me with comments or whatever, and I'll add a link. Thanks for showing up. Really appreciate you guys. And now let's see if I can do this thing to the still. And yeah, that's my thumbnail. Ooh, all right, we're out. Peace, guys. Thanks for showing up, GDR Riley. Really appreciate you. Last 3 minutes. Boom. We're out.